So, hi, Joanna. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing great. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, we're so glad. Such an honor to have you here. Like I said, I was reading your bio, and I'm just so impressed with the resiliency and the tenacity that you have going on in your life. And well, in case you're listening, our audience, we are bringing the best and the best of drivers that come in here to share with us their stories. So if you are new to this platform, from surviving to thriving, Thriving Conversation is a platform that Sarah and I had started this last year in late March when the pandemic lockdown was beginning. And the purpose of this video live stream is to get our message out there for the community, to tell them that uncertain times is always here. We've lived through it. My background and Sarah's background had been a former refugees, and we had a lot of ups and downs in our life. And yes, it is scary because we've never been to over a pandemic anyway, but we thought that by being on here, and then later on, we have guests coming up to share with us their story, just to kind of calm everybody down and maybe get inspired from each other's stories and learn from each other and get the resiliency juice up, because we know that as a group, we're not alone. We can always do it together. So I apologize that Sarah cannot be up here because she has computer problem. But Sarah, really quick, usually Sarah would introduce herself, and she's the other half of the co-host. She does a lot of background um, in the back. She's like communicating with our guests, and she posts their bio, and she gets stuff for me so I can have it ready and have our guests here. But Sarah came from a background of the survivor of um, the killing fields. Back in 1975, the Khmer Rouge took over, and she was in labor camp. And she was, oh, there she is. She had crossed the jungle, escape out the communists, and also get to America. So that was a rough story of Sarah's story. She survived the killing fields, and she has written a book about it, and she has gone out to speak about it. So that's what Sarah has been doing. She's a speaker, she's an author. She go out to spread the message of hope and love and determination and faith. And she's a woman of Christian, so faith is very strong.
I had a pleasure to host this show with her for the last 18 months. And she's amazing. She grew up in Vietnam, but her ancestor came from China. So, but when her country went through communism, her dad built a boat to rescue his family. So she and her whole family get on this boat and just go in the big sea without knowing where to go. It's a huge risk, but they make it through. And it's just amazing story. And this story still touch her life every time when we talk about it. It's just so amazing. So now that she's in the United States, she rebuilt her life, and she had a successful career and successful business. Now she transitioned into becoming an author and speaker. So I'm just so happy to introduce you to my beautiful co-host, Elitran.
Our guest today is the beautiful Johana Apolo. And like I said, Johana was born in Ecuador, but she obviously speaks dual language, and she not just speaking two languages, but she also have overcome a big hurdle in her life. And I'm going to ask Johana to introduce herself and give us a little snippets of what what led her to the journey that she is in today. So welcome, Johana.
Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Sarah, for your invitation. And I love the introduction that you guys did right now for the two of you. That was really beautiful. And yes, so my name is Johana Apolo, and I am legally blind. And what I'm doing right now, I just want to help other people who have a visual impairment. And I just want to help them and guide them through this process. When I was 7, a virus got into my optic nerve, and little by little, it deteriorated my vision. And that's how everything started. Because before, I could see everything completely fine. I could read books until I was 7, and then little by little, I just couldn't do those things anymore.
But life didn't stop you just because you couldn't see. And that's what the beautiful part is, the resilient part, and the part that people can thrive when they put their head together despite all the obstacle. And so tell us, how did you go on with the legally blind, impaired vision, and still move on, graduated from college, and then now helping other people to guide them through their own journey?
Yeah, so at the beginning, of course, it was very hard because I was little, I couldn't understand everything that was happening. And like when I said at the beginning, that one of the teachers talked to my parents and said, she's not able to look at what everything we're writing on the blackboard, so she might need some glasses. So we went to different doctors for several years just to find out what I had, doing different tests, scans, but there wasn't an answer. And that's when I had to go to another country. I'm from Ecuador, but I had to go to Colombia to a hospital that was specialized for people who have a visual impairment. And that's where they told me that there was a virus around those years that it attacked the optic nerve. And the optic nerve, you can think of like a smoke. It's like a smoke. Once it's damaged, can do anything about it. You can have a surgery. You can do glasses or contact glasses that can help you. Once it's gone, it's gone. So what they told me is that in other cases, they went completely blind. So I was lucky that I was still able to see. And after more years that happened, I was still working with the struggle that there weren't any advances in technology that I was able to use because technology was still pretty new. So my mom was actually the one who helped me a lot. She was my eyes. So she would read the books that I needed for my school. She will help me write the notes that I needed to do because my handwriting wasn't the best because I couldn't see the little lines. Yeah. So my mom used to say, "Oh, you're gonna be a doctor because your handwriting you can't even understand."
So, notorious, right? Yes. Doctors are known for that.
Yes, so it's like you might be a doctor.
Well, nothing is impossible.
Yes. Who knows? Right now with technology,
right.
Just amazing everything that is happening. But my mom helped me a lot. I did go through a lot of years of feeling, why is this happening to me? And not even sharing my own emotions with my family. Of course, I had the support of my family and friends, but it's not the same thing as you can relate to what you're going through. Right. And at that time, there wasn't YouTube or anybody else that had the same thing that I had, so I couldn't relate to it. So it took me a bunch of years just to heal myself and just to get out of that, maybe a little bit of like being upset and angry. Why is this happening to me? And you know how kids are. When kids don't understand something, they kind of bully you. So that I also had that in school. That was just another struggle that I had. But it's just something that you need to understand later on. They have their own issues also at home. And that's the only way that they can feel better in a way, as you can see. But so after a lot of years, I came to the US. just to go to the hospital to see what else was available and to check on my vision to see if it's stable or what's going on. So they had better equipment. They provided me a CCTV, which is the same thing as like a computer screen. It has an arm attached to it and a camera. So if you put a book underneath it, it will magnify as much as you need to. So that way I was able to be independent. So I was able to read my own books, and I taught myself how to even like write underneath it. It took a while, like with anything, you have to adapt to anything.
Yeah.
So I would have headaches, but now it's like I just tell everybody, okay, look away because you're gonna get dizzy because I move it really fast.
Wow. Wow. I mean, there's so many level of things that I want to talk about with your story. For first of all, you can never judge a book by its cover. If you look at Johana, she's got big, beautiful eyes. There's no way you can tell that she's legally blind. First of all, okay. So when you are going out, people probably immediately is like, why is that girl so clumsy? Why is she banging to the door? Why is she, so there's time that people assume things when they don't know the whole story. So first of all, I want to tell our audience that, never ever judge people by the cover, because a lot of time people go through things. Second of all, family is always the best, right? I mean, family, parents, siblings, we're lucky. You're lucky. You have families who are right by your side, and you have the potential to go to doctor even in Ecuador or in Colombia. So, but that is not everybody has. So in a sense, that is also one of the fortunate things. And the third, you have to have wanted. It doesn't matter how much help other people give you. If you don't do it yourself, it's going to stop where you are. You can't go anywhere. So kudos to you about, still going to school and going through all of those hurdles to get to where you are. And now you turn around and helping other people. And I have to say that technology, it is beautiful in this, being born in this period. I think there's so many things going on. And I know that before that, I was talking to you that I'm trying to get another person who's blind in Australia. And he accomplished so much too. And he could not read at all. And he has a computer is actually read to him. So that's, I mean, it's like the level, but you get used to it. You read so fast that even the magnifier, I mean, if I have to blow things up, I have to slow down because then I have to readjust my eyes and that kind of thing. But that is just a beautiful story. So tell us, once you get through the adaptation of being, using your disadvantages and continue to be normal as can be, as a person who's adapting into the normal world. What did you do in college? What other thing that determine where you want to do? What's your purpose? That's, what's your passion? And that's the theme of this month, our purpose and our passion, right? So what lead you to your passion and your purpose?
So after I got my degree at SPC with my AA, and then now I have my psychology degree, I learned different things. Of course, I was always very lucky that even in high school, one of the teachers when I was an ESOL student, she was the one who gave me all the resources because her sister knew all the services that were available for people who have a visual impairment. So I was very lucky that I got the equipment that I needed, and I got all the resources and tools to be able to be successful and graduate from high school. And then after that, I told to myself, one way to get back to the community is gonna be to help other people who are going or who've had that type of experience similar to mine, and I can help them. I didn't have a life coach when I was going through this, and especially the emotions that you go through. Yeah. That's very tough when you are going to denial, when you're going to, why is this happening to me? And I had a lot of times of that, like, why is this happening to me, and screaming when nobody was home.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I was like, okay, I can help other people and guide them and help them to create a stronger mindset and to understand that they can break the barriers that they have, because a lot of times we either put them in a conscious way or unconsciously we acquire things that other people tell you that you're not capable of doing it, and then you just take them as a habit, that's you make them your own, which is not the way that should be. And also I want to help other people that they need to advocate for themselves as well. Whenever I had a struggle, like in college, they wouldn't give me an accommodation. I didn't stop there, and I was like, okay, they didn't help me. I'm gonna give up and not do anything. So I was like, no, okay, I'm gonna try one more time to talk to this teacher. Okay, second time, nothing is happening. I need to go above her and see who's next, like a director of the department, and see what can be done. But I didn't stop there. So that's also what I want to teach other people, to advocate for themselves.
I learned so much. I have learned so much. And I thought we're pretty resilient, but compared to what you've gone through, it made me feel really humble to sit here and hear your story, because that is courageous and that is really determination. Not just to survive, but actually go beyond that. And the drive, the drive that you are going to be independent enough, not just for yourself, but for other people to rely on you so they can learn from that. So that's just beautiful. I want to say that, thank you for thinking the people behind you that who had the same needs as you do. And is there a big population out there that having this vision impaired? That how often, like, what is the percentage of the, I mean, like, give us a little idea. Because I mean, within a week, I already talked to 2 people, and I know I have a coworker that she had a son born legally blind too. I mean, at birth, and he's gone through just like any normal person too. That's like, I am so chill when I hear all these people that who did not see the obstacle in front of them, even though there's a wall in front of them. They see themselves able to pierce through that and do the great things in life. And I'm just so amazed with your story. So tell us, how did you go about to do that?
Yeah, so there is like 70% of people, they do have have visual impairment, and not just here in the US, but there's different people in the world, and they could be from different ways, like have a visual impairment or be completely blind. And blind, of course, doesn't mean that they can see anything, black and that's it. It they can see, they have like a light, like they can look at light, they can look at shadows, so it's completely different. And yes, like everybody goes through a different process individually. You just have to persevere and push yourself, and sometimes to even go through more and beyond of feeling uncomfortable. So you have
do you work with guide dog or a cane, or just like, how do you move around with all this obstacle?
No, I don't have a guide dog. I can still navigate through anywhere. What I do, like for example, when I moved to this neighborhood that it was new, I went to a park and then I was like, oh my gosh, I can't remember how to come back. But I did, after that, I was like, okay, I need to count my blocks, because I could use my phone to magnify the street numbers. I could do that, but I found an easier way to do it. I find a landmark at the corner of the street where I have to turn. So there I have these beautiful plants. I'm like, okay, this is a little sign that's where I have to turn. So at the beginning, I was counting how many blocks from the park, so I could remember, and just to follow the same path, and then I would be good. And memorization, it's really good for people who have a visual impairment with anything. Even when I would have to go to college and it was my first time going there, I would go the day before and see where my class was. So you just have to modify and just adjust to different situations. Like I said, I can just navigate around, walk around. Long distance, I can't see that well, but as I get closer, I can see it better.
Just remind me how much we take it for granted for our hearing, our seeing, all our senses. And you must have an incredible memory.
Yes, and yeah, you magnify more of the other senses. So like when one sense is not working,
Right.
then the other one magnify even more, like even my hearing.
Right.
I could hear the little tiny conversations happening, even the little tiny sounds that nobody can hear, like the refrigerator. If it's
Yeah.
making those little sounds, like electrical sounds, I can hear them.
So you can hear the direction of certain thing.
Yes.
I mean, I want to make a point that all of us have those ability, right? You don't have to wait until you impair one part of your body in order to develop those senses. It's all like a muscle. Whatever you exercise, that muscle will get stronger. So thank you for letting us know that, because we would blame, oh, I'm just, this and that. But the more I talk to people who have a certain type of disadvantage, you just feel like, if they can overcome all those things, if we work a little harder, we can get there too. Right? So what are you do now so you're a coach, and do you work for any organization as all too?
No, I created my own business. It's called JoJo Simple Life Coaching. So I can work virtually or in person. I started last year and I help people who have a visual impairment just to help them create a stronger mindset, and so they can break the barriers and any blockers that they have that they think that they can accomplish. Anything in their life, if they are having,
Right.
if they are struggling in one part of their life, I will work with them together and then create a plan and action so they can move forward.
I love it. So this, with the pandemic, you actually can reach back to Ecuador, Colombia, China, Africa, to help people around the world. You don't really need to confine to wherever you are. Are you in Tampa, or you what part of the
Clearwater.
country? Clearwater. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm close to Sarah.
Yeah.
Our neighbors.
So what advice do you give to people who are struggling with vision impair?
Yes, I would tell them to focus more on a solution than the problem. You can problem solve so many different things, but if you're stuck and thinking, oh, nothing is possible by me in this part of my life, like, I am gonna give up. No, like, you can problem solve situations. If one doesn't work, try two more, but one of them it's gonna work. But if you just give up, obviously nothing is gonna work. So just keep working on those things. And the same thing about replacing your words. Say that you are capable of doing those things. Don't put negative things in your mind, because of course you're gonna believe them. One of my friends calls it the chatter monkey in your head that tells you negative things all the time. If you practice every single time and tell that chatter monkey, like, stop talking or anything, and just think positive things, create a playlist that can help you move forward, and your body and your mind are gonna feel it, and then things are gonna feel better. You're gonna be thinking, okay, yes, I'm gonna be able to accomplish this task.
Absolutely. I think mindset is the most important thing.
Yes.
Because if you are talking yourself down, you cannot get up.
No.
Either listen to somebody or find something good to read on, or call Johana. If you if you need help, if you need somebody to actually give you encouragement, inspiration. Obviously, she has overcome a lot of those trouble, and she know exactly how to get you there. I mean, it's nothing better than asking people the place that they already been there, right? You can't ask people that who have not been there yet, but if people already been there, they surely can give you the advice on how to get there. So what's your most recent book that you would like to share with the audience who have the struggle? That what book actually helped you, or what podcast, or what anything that helped you to get inspiration when you're down day?
The book that I was reading, let me think. I have it actually right here. Let me show you this one. I don't know if they actually have them published or not, but I went to this event and it's called Life Search. And it's this book that it's related to the Bible, and it shows you different scriptures of how you can live your life in different areas, either in your career, in your daily day, or also if you have a business, so it can help you in any of those things.
I saw it say the secret power. I mean, I think the secret power is all in us, right? That's our secret power, that people don't look right here. They tend to look everywhere else.
Yes.
And I think your second thing is really important too. You were saying that not just a mindset, but faith. I think, you know, turning to God, to faith is another way of reaffirm that whatever God gives you.
I think God created us for a reason, and all the struggles that I went through, they were meant for something. If otherwise, I wouldn't be here with you guys.
Exactly.
So God created me for a mission, and now I am actually listening to Him, and I am following the path that He created for me.
Yeah,
that is just gorgeous.
Yeah. Now that you are an adult, is there anything you would tell your younger self? If you are young again, what would you tell yourself?
Yes, I will tell myself, don't give up, keep going, things are gonna get better, and your potential, you have so much potential in you. Just keep going. There is a reason why you're going through this struggle. Don't give up and keep your faith.
It's all worth it, right? Because I think that there's going to be rainy days. There's going to be bad days, no doubt about it. But even the most optimistic person has a down day. So don't be too hard, right? So I think the message is just beautiful, because we are limitless. We are powerful, and we are the secret power. And thank you for sharing that book. I think I'm going to look it up. Is there anything else you would like to tell our listeners before we close up?
Yeah, just don't isolate yourself. Find people that can help you, because isolating yourself and just putting yourself just in a corner is not gonna help you. And even in Facebook, just there's so many groups in Facebook, people who are blind, who have visual impairment, that you can relate to them, and that also you can ask questions of what you're going through. YouTube, there are so many different platforms that you can go that can help you a lot. And also you can go to my YouTube channel. I have videos that share different things that have helped me before. Either motivational or different equipment that I have used before, that you can take advantage of that as well.
That's amazing. And your clients, you only work with people who have impaired vision, or anybody can come and work with you?
People who are blind or have a type of visual impairment.
Okay. Well, I think you can help not just the visual impaired, but I think pretty much anyone who needs a mindset, because you are such a source of inspiration to me.
Oh, thank you, Lee.
Yes, definitely.
Well, thank you so much. If people want to find you, do you have a website? Do you have somewhere to direct them to talk to you?
Yes, they can go to my Facebook page, JoJo Simple Life Coaching. I also have Instagram, my YouTube channel, the same name, JoJo Simple Life Coaching, and TikTok. And if they want to learn more about what I do, they can also send me a message through my Facebook page, and I will have a free consultation.
Wow. You know what? I'm gonna start taking lesson here.
She have everything complete.
I know, yeah. I was like, wow, she just like, she's the same level with anyone who has perfect vision. There's no shortage of that.
Right.
But anyway, thank you so much for being here to share your story with us. Sarah and I really appreciate that that you're here and encouraging us. I definitely get inspired because sometimes you have a clear vision, but you do have cataracts, and we can remove our cataracts. And let's say that if you're not focusing right, I mean, this is your chance to remove the cataract and see a person that who could not see and be able to achieve so much and really inspire me. I want to thank you for being here with us.
Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Sarah. It was an honor to be here.
You're welcome. We are so glad that our group get to hear your story, get to be inspired by you.
Yes, yes. All right. Well, this is a definitely inspirational Monday, and I feel inspired. I really want to do a lot more because I am capable to see, and I can't complain that I need to find my reading glasses because that is just such a minor thing compared to people who have to use magnify, on the computer. So, well, thank you. And thank you again for being here with us on Monday and listen to our guests and follow our show. We do not have a show on Tuesday. I just want to reiterate that, but we will come back on Thursday. And our platform has an extra purpose. We are very much supporting Refugee Film School. If you have not got a chance to see that what we post lately, we had totally dedicate this platform to raise money, to get donations, and to help the refugee that and their refugee students and their family who are trapped in Malaysia for many, many years. And we're trying to find a way to help them. So if you are in the mode of supporting refugees, please go check out refugeefilmschool.com, and any amount of donation, I'm sure they will be appreciated. Sarah and I both are from refugee background, so both of us really feel like this is a right purpose for us to be here and help them get their way through the difficult times of COVID-19 and COVID Delta, whatever you want to call that. Things are still pretty bad over there, so they need our help. Anything else, Sarah?
Yeah, I just want to stress the importance of if you ever click on refugeefilmschool.org, you will find the button.
.com, I think.
.com. You will find the button to donate, and all the donation go to the cause. Nobody get the salary. All the people that work in this organization are volunteers. So,
but when you click the donation, there's the note. If you can write the note to say that you get you get the information from S to T. So we kind of know that where, how do you hear from the Refugee Film School? That would be great. And, we also need other things too, not just the money, but if you want to be a mentor, you need job, because they can also provide job for anyone who needs video editing or graphic designs or things that those students 14, 15, 16 years old, they're super, super talented. So talk to me or Sarah, and we'll be informing you what they can help you for your business. But anyway, thank you again, Joanna. And thanks, Sarah. Have a great evening, everyone. We will see you again on Thursday. Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.